What is up, everybody? I'm Mattiker, and welcome back to Danganronpa. Now, we were just about to start the second trial. Chihiro's dead. That's really unfortunate. I really liked her. And it seems that Genocide Jack might have been the one that did it. Although, I'm thinking Byakuya is pushing that a little too hard. It seems like it might be him. But hey, I'm not here to judge. That's what this trial's for, right? So is everyone ready to, what? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on!
Kidding! I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie. I'll go ahead and drag her out, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you drag a girl around. Terrible. You're terrible. Ooh, so now everyone's here, right? Okay, then, hustle onto the elevator. Let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm, and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Get out of my way, Mondo. We're going right to the trial. We have no choice, right? We have to do this. Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Oh, who is it? Who did it? Who did the murder? The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground, and as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued the descent without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated! Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good. You're rip-raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay, then let's get this show on the road.
Chills,
Everyone,
chills.
please find your assigned seat. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. And we're good. And I haven't unlocked any new skills, so we'll just go ahead and finish. Someone told me that I should be using the focus more often, but if you're as good as I am,
Basic explanation
you
of
don't
the
need a
class trial.
focus.
So if you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon.
He's so happy. First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. That wasn't clear already? Okay. Make your argument. Genocide Jack case file, library desk lamp, locker room dumbbell. Let's go!
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Yes, it was.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument?
Are you kidding me? What? Maybe I need to be more patient?
It appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
I mean, okay, whatever. It's just one of those situations where I know that what I'm saying is right, but the game's like, oh no, you have to use it in this
Can we
specific
agree that
time.
the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Phoenix Wright used to do stuff like that. Like, you would know what you were trying to say, and the evidence you were presenting would technically contradict the statement, But that's not the statement they wanted you to present that evidence at, so it wouldn't count. Which was dumb, especially when you're like 10 steps ahead of the game.
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yeah.
That's so creepy!
No, it's not.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here.
Thank you.
Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite
Oh,
clear.
screw off.
For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added. Would you like to hear about it? Sure. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so they're obstacles. Press the A button to use the silencer. However, if you shoot an actual mark with your silencer, the time limit will decrease. Ooh. Alright. Let's do this. Genocide Jack case file. Library desk lamp. Locker room dumbbell.
The culprit is Genocide Jack.
So that's white noise is talking about.
As far as I'm concerned.
That gives me more seconds.
That's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Yeah. There is, but, you know, we're not counting that.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first
More than
is that a
two.
bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
What the heck? Can you die, please?
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, how the victim was positioned.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
Because you know about
There's
it?
only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way.
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Oh, that was easy.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Why are you so passionate about that?
Okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
You're just a serial killer and you're stabbing someone, you're like, oh god, all the blood! Ah! But you can't stop, because you just want to, you know?
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's not much of a riddle, buddy. Does seem like a riddle in a way, but I feel like I can just about see it. Genocide Jack is Toko, but isn't Toko. What does that mean? This is really freaking easy. I don't... Hangman's Gambit. What? Schizo. Oh yeah.
Now I understand.
Oh yeah. Complete.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Yeah, not what schizo means, but, you know, let's just let that slide.
I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have... what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
DID and schizophrenia, not the same thing.
Okay.
Whatever.
But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
And
Toko's
totally
strange
accurate.
behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality, her behavior changed.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
Flashback.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
Mm-hmm. She didn't want Genocide Jack getting out. Blah, blah, blah.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
Yeah, but how did she block the door that would prevent something from getting out? Like,
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
She told him?
Me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
that's why you don't trust others, ever.
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Damn it.
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little
What
story.
a
I didn't ask
douche.
you to. This is the
What
real
a
world,
little
not some
douche.
romantic fantasy fairy tale.
When do you die? Huh? When are you next on the death list?
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
What an asshole. I bet, you know what? He's laying this on so thick.
But in spite of that promise,
You're the asshole here. You're more of a dick than the serial killer is.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Oh,
That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
I bet you did.
You weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Dad?
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
Person, you don't mean.
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but at the next second... Ah.
Hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
What the heck?
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
What happened to you?
We have a serial killer in our midst.
That's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
So intense.
She's so awesome.
Sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
What are you talking about?
So lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This murderous fiend, Genocide Jack, this is beyond insane.
Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
There's multiple ways to hurt
It's a
people. I think
necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
I think he's taking it a little too far there.
Just kidding again!
I don't even know what to say.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours,
Oh.
an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
Probably.
So she had
Just
a
little
very
bit.
clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
I don't know, the serial killer's been pretty, like, legit with this so far. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all this. God, I love this music. Library desk lamp, status of the dead body, disappearing stain. Probably not the disappearing stain yet.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Not exactly.
No, it's wrong.
It's two really important things that don't match
Are
up at
the
all.
methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide
Slight?
Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Wow.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things.
I swear to God, it's Hideo Kojima.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Don't you mock Chef Boyardee. That's got me through a lot of
Let me
nights.
rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
One clear difference.
I
Victim's
got it.
injury. There's like a shit ton of
One,
knives.
The cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
I'm getting hungry.
Please stop comparing killing people to cooking. So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Yeah. Oh.
I got it!
Not what I was
Do
thinking
you
of.
remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrist.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous genocide
My point
Jack
is, look at the
cases,
evidence.
something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
That's fair enough.
And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are
Big
you referring
Mac.
to me?
Hell yeah.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice?
It's actually
Take a
pretty
look at
obvious.
Who the victims were in each genocide Jack case.
They're all guys.
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Off camera, I'm always looking at the evidence and reviewing it, just making sure, because I love games like this so much. You have no idea. Chihiro was a girl. Chihiro was her lover.
Because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo, bullseye, right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all guys?
Yep.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it! But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of a one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lolicon!
The one thing about serial killers that have patterns is they are extremely consistent, like no matter what. They would never break it.
Slowly, curt.
Pathological.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors.
Does she make them?
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that? Da-da-da-da!
Oh.
She's fully equipped. That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime.
Where did she get these?
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong, you can you gutter dogs, all of you.
Oh.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
Yeah, dude.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
I mean, there is this asshole. One person. Oh, yeah, let's start pounding. Let's start pounding it. Come on,
Here's my
Byakuya.
answer.
Me and you, buddy. 1v1 steel cage
Byakuya,
match.
It's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, You already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Mm-hmm.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Oh, yeah.
He rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
What's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
I was eating a lot of popcorn earlier. I have like
Then I
kernels
must
stuck in my
ask,
teeth.
When would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange. You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Wait.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
Are you guys kidding
On
me?
the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then. What's so strange about
What's so strange is that you're being an idiot.
it? Share with the rest of the class.
You're being so condescending for an idiot. Sure, a new element. Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the Y button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. Oh, so you'll load it up with this. Okay. So you can use statements to destroy other statements. Alright. Monokuma file number 2. Not the one we're going to use, though.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls'
Fumi, you
locker
never
room,
add anything to these conversations.
Absolutely take it.
You do not.
It's a natural reaction for any guy.
No, it's not.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I
Oh,
would
wait,
suggest
that's...
we check the
Okay.
girls' locker room
Well,
first. There was
that's
no
not what
time
I
for
wanted to
pointless
do.
What's so strange?
You wish he'd taken me with you.
Fumi, dude, can you just...
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found... But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's unnatural.
The victim was...
Except, buddy. Except... We didn't know that.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that, because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit.
It's a great answer.
Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
Is it?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has
What's
nothing
the
to do with
matter?
him.
You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden there. What could it be? What could it be? I actually don't know. Library desk lamp. Celeste's account. The disappearing stain.
What?
Probably the desk lamp.
Do you want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
Yeah.
That's right. It absolutely was.
So...
Then there must be something very fishy indeed.
It came
about
from the
that
library
rope.
desk lamp. Is that
Hey,
where it's going with
Byakuya,
this?
Where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Uh-huh.
No, that's wrong.
Except you're wrong, buddy. You're so wrong.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, You've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
I mean, there are others, but the most likely
That's
one.
really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this. I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Yeah, he's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even
What's
involved.
wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Sure. Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you?
Your freaking
I killed
attitude.
her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
The fact you're so calm about it. Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. These remarks are something that concerns me. I don't know. The scene of the crime? Oh, I was
You say
right.
You killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, but are you sure
I
about
guess.
that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing.
Oh yeah, because we found that
What kind
evidence.
of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
We found that evidence that it might have taken place in the boys'... No, not that it might have. It most likely did take place in the boys'
She was
locker room.
found dead in the girls' locker room.
I actually forgot about
There
that.
is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Mm-hmm.
That was awfully specific. Please
Wow,
tell me
you
you
got
have
really
a reason
mad.
for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya had been so confident up till now. Maybe Byakuya could never even how many times can I say his name wrong? Maybe he never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Alright, I got it. Evidence that shows it takes place. Alright, the things that got switched. The locker room posters.
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
Pretty damn good
poster
proof.
in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
Big boobed supermodel.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
It's so funny when he says it.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier,
Sorry, every time
I
this film he
spilled
talks, I
some
want to
protein
die.
coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not the same. It's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
Yeah, but
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime. The blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body.
But why would Chihiro be in there?
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Okay, Yasuhiro.
I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could she have really gotten in there somehow? Boys' locker room carpet, broken heat handbook, 2 locker room posters.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
No.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Yeah, but that's broken.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
So the one guy that's dead, his handbook is broken. So that wouldn't explain how Chihiro got in there.
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
Hold up. No.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Anyone who's seen this game before knows what I'm thinking about, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it right now.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
These loopholes, man.
Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is still the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
As long as it makes it exciting, that's all that matters.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it
Be sure
again?
to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body. It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds.
What religion are you, Yasuhiro? I'd be very curious to know.
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
You sure about that?
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
That's probably what it is.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her
Be
body.
sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but what? This is... What is this?
That's a penis.
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
a boy!
Yes! Yes!
So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for
Shut up,
You're
Afumi.
joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Yeah, why would you joke about this?
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
I love this game.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I was really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought had never even crossed my mind.
Because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
That's going to trigger some people.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Oh, were you checking?
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Except the biggest mystery of who the hell did it.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Don't pretend you're so high and
Mark it
mighty.
as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking
Fuck,
with us right
dude.
now?
No, I am not effing with you right now.
Oh my
I'm
god.
telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in. Do you not have a mind of your own? Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss
What's
this all as a
going on?
group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
So we have two people that definitely didn't do it, but that's about
Their
it.
lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
If Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing. The killer's the guy. Since Leon's handbook's apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own handbook. In other words, the killer's a guy, but that's not enough. We need to find more clues. Library desk lamp, disappearing stain, Celeste's account.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
No, it happened in the middle of the night.
If someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
I mean, whatever, I guess.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, did nobody get... I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of...
It's over. It's all... You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
No, I missed!
Game over, man!
No! Not game over!
No, everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. I know what to do.
Isn't there a single...
Did nobody get... I'm sure if
Blah,
someone
blah, blah,
saw
blah, blah.
the...
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Everyone be quiet. I know what I'm talking about, alright.
The killer.
No, not just the killer. Nope. Nope.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
I love Celeste.
Just hurry up and tell us.
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
Track jacket and double bag. But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm in kind of a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
What?
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Oh, we got to end this trial already?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse.
All
All
right.
the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
So the
Well,
tracksuit
if I
then.
remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Chihiro's track jacket really holds some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Well, I guess we're gonna find out, aren't we? Library desk lamp, disappearing stain, Celeste's account.
First of all,
How
we
is
know where
Celeste's account?
Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Possibly.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. This exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
I didn't want to know,
Did any
Yasuhiro.
of that really help us get it?
No way.
It did. It did. It really.
First
Did
of
you
all,
catch
we
that?
know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way. So next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean, the specific?
I got it!
Hey, Mondo.
So,
The killer was wearing
How'd you
the
know it
same
was a blue tracksuit, buddy?
No, it's wrong.
Oh, not Mondo.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said... She never said anything about the jacket's color.
No.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
No.
You just... Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then,
No, 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 no,
Mondo,
no,
how
no.
did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Oh, God.
Are you talking about Chihiro?
Hina, just accept the fact there's gonna be nicknames.
Oh, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost as she was trying to hide it.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I
Why?
had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him. That's the way you call it.
There was a certain turning point that ticked me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Damn, lay it on
Mondo,
him.
was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that
What?
reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here
Oh my
calmly,
God.
might not be all that relevant.
I hate you.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away?
I hate him.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to Chihiro.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
But it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall for all your confidence. That is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Maybe you should tell us. By hitting its weak point.
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
Of course I did.
Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
We need
I
to
think
know.
it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
No promises.
Then
Just tell
allow
us.
me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Why
The
didn't you tell us
temperature in the
that?
sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer
No one
of
asked.
air around your skin.
No one
if
asked.
the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Well, I learned something new today.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Oh dear God, what the hell's happening with my camera? Ah! What was that? Okay, I'm sorry.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
Mondo was
What
in
do
the
you
sauna
mean
with his
by-
clothes
What
on.
if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
Mondo's so angry
and
over
once
there.
they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
It could have only been Mondo.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
I'm
Mondo
sorry,
and Taka
Taka.
had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long
I
ago.
keep accusing him because he did it. He definitely
And
did
for
it.
the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Here we go. Make your argument. Broken E-Handbook, Hina's account, Genocide Jack case file, Chihiro's E-Handbook, the card reader.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what
Hold up, sorry, give me one moment. What's her account? I kept her distance from other girls, okay. That's probably not
Well,
necessary.
my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Let's test if what he says you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look, Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
How did I lose both 10 seconds and it still got blocked at the same
Let's
time?
test
That's so
if what
dumb.
he says you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works.
No,
Apparently it doesn't. Thank you, Focus. Break!
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, Is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit.
Jesus.
But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Thanks, buddy.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
Oh no, Taka's only
You are wrong.
friend.
You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning. That way, everything will become clear. And
Oh,
we'll
it's
all
time for
see
the
if I was
comic book
right or
thing.
wrong.
It's not my favorite minigame. Alright, here comes the closing argument. Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse with a duffel bag and... And what? Okay, there we go. It's something that... Okay, the E-handbook was needed. Which locker room does Chihiro go into? The boys. Oh, Chihiro's so cute. The weapon the killer used was... Pumping Iron Man. Oh, damn it. Chihiro probably didn't even see it coming. Disguise the truth, the killer switched around the carpet as well as something else, the posters. Which locker room did the killer move to? The girls. The killer took something from the other locker room and switched it to the scene of the crime. What was it that Byakuya brought? The rope. What he used to disguise what happened. Wait a second. I mean, I guess either one of these work, right? They better. I'd be really mad if they don't. What did he use to disguise what happened? The blood. Where did the killer go after he was done? Took the E-handbook and he threw it in the sauna. What happened to the A-handbook?
Here's exactly
Let's see
what
if that... I should have gotten that right. I don't see what would be wrong.
Let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
I love Celeste.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room.
Shouldn't you be saying
But
he?
how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple. Because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the
Oh,
one who killed him.
look how excited Chihiro is. Probably didn't see it coming.
It seems likely that the killer grabbed a nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him.
What? What? The murder took place and blood splattered onto something. Oh, the poster. Oh, that's so stupid. Alright, so... that goes there. And that goes there.
Here's exactly what happened. And attacked him.
Okay, so you start off right where you left off.
Carpeting in the boys' locker
There's
room
at least that.
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then
Oops. Moving the bloody poster. I don't really like this comic book
finally
scene
carrying the
because
corpse into the girls' locker room.
it's really cool to watch, but it's...
A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course.
I don't know, in these early trials, I don't really need them. I don't know, maybe the later trials will be so insane that you're gonna need a recap. But right now...
But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
I wouldn't call it that.
That could have been the end of things, but no.
But no, Byakuya just kind of came in and ruined everything.
Byakuya discovered the body
As he
and
does.
decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
Boob lust.
Using the victim's own
I
blood,
hate Hifumi so
he left
much.
the grist he wanted to create the
Ugh.
illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steam sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna, and the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook, and that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
Damn.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Here's your Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Evidence that Mono's the killer that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. All I have to do is check that one item of his. Sure. Let's talk about Fever Time and Nega Time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the RB button, Fever Time will activate and tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push AY however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. This only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of it. It wouldn't be fair if only you got access to it though, so we've just prepared something called Nega Time. If your opponent activates Nega Time, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you activate Fever Time at this point... no, never mind, I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Alright, cool. Bring it on, buddy.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. I refuse to buddy.
Oh.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong.
Nope.
I won't listen. I refute you. False.
You're messing with... Oh, he actually got me.
Show me some evidence. I won't listen. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence. I won't listen.
How am I missing? That was a close one. I don't know how I was missing.
This should prove it.
I should have had Negatime activate, unless it stopped. I don't know. Break!
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Oh no.
Huh?
Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Damn! And there it is. He killed him. Oh.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait, hold on.
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Alright, well that's that. Mondo's the killer, so now we gotta watch him get executed, I guess. Alright. This is gonna be fun.
What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again! Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada. In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. And treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru, you need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone. Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
Story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text. Anyway, there once was a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and was not so easily weeded out. As it turns out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
Damn. That's a lot of hatred. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course include Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling in despair. And yet...
I'm sorry, but...
Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm gonna get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay, I'll get better. And with that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action, and so... That day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it'd be good to ask for someone's help, but he wanted to tell that person a secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fellow had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were, so Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to be. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So, he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that is exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was his main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihoro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then, Mondo did all that to keep the promise he made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you... Because, no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone? It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're working on the subject, why don't I just tell you? The embarrassing memory, the secret he didn't want anyone to know.
hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had a chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother was named Daya Awada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, he had grown to the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2, his older brother Mondo. Younger brother Mondo, what? In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy, but when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. That kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All it'll do is make this gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other gang members, which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
with me.
I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. Now, the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's a team, you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother, he could never admit to anyone else that it was his own weakness that caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. And yet... As soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then, the lovely, hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked so hard to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, all would have been for nothing. So that's why I... Mondo... After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness. It just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chiriho asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all this all of a sudden? Huh? Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chiriho's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had, so I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me. Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something start to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why'd you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Stronger than you.
Son of a bitch.
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my head, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey.
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human being in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what a true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You bastard! Shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead and say that again. I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. That's what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishment is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well,
That's why I promise you, right? The blacken that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
No, wait!
Let's give it everything we've got.
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Oh no, punishment part 2. Time for punishment. God. He's dressed like Daya. Oh no. The Cage of Death. Oh my god, they're gonna use centrifugal force to kill him. Jesus. Oh my god. Fuck you, Monokuma. Jesus. Oh my god. He's completely gone, Jesus. Oh my god. That is so messed up. That is so messed up. Alright. Alright. Well, that was Mondo's trial and Mondo's execution. That's all the time I have. Hey guys, seriously, if you like what you saw today, like, subscribe, comment. Please leave a comment. I would love to hear from each and every one of you. Hey guys, seriously, thank you. Bye.